did not survive. One dead, they have said. But again, they fear this toll could grow. At one point, by mid-morning, they said they had identified about 51 people who they believed were in the building, but who had not been accounted for as of yet. That is the work that's underway right now. We know authorities are on the scene searching through the rubble. They talked about fire and rescue on the scene even before the governor had been alerted.
What you're looking at right now is a special report from ABC News. We're going to take over here with local news. Just to recap very quickly, the rescue effort is now underway in southern Florida in the town of Surfside, where about 51 people are still missing after a building collapse there.
Yeah, Governor Ron DeSantis just addressed the media there in Florida, and he says that is a tragic day, but he wanted to thank all the fire and rescue, and he says they are hoping to identify even more survivors. There are 5 state agencies that have responded to this collapse. That building collapsed about 1:30 this morning, and the fear is that so many people were at home at the time when this building collapsed. And once again, they are continuing to look for survivors, and we will keep you updated throughout KSAT 12 News at noon. But let's get to some local news now.
Okay, well, actually, we're going to start with a recap of what happened this morning with that building collapse. It really does look like a bomb went off there. Again, this southern Florida, and rescuers on the scene still trying to find survivors.
Yeah, we do know at least one person has died and several others hurt when one side of that residential building collapsed. Rena Roy has an update for us. There are some 50 people that are still unaccounted for.
The massive search and rescue efforts continue in Surfside, Florida, just north of Miami Beach, after a condominium building partially collapsed early Thursday morning.
We had a 12-story, 136-unit apartment complex that had sustained a partial collapse. The northeast corridor of the apartment had collapsed, approximately 55 apartment units.
The Miami-Dade Fire Rescue says more than 80 units were sent to the scene.
They've actually gone into that building. That building is in imminent danger of collapsing, potentially, and they're up there looking for people in the building. So those guys, those are real heroes.
First responders rescuing a young man from the rubble using a bucket to take people off their balconies.
Still have people standing upstairs that don't need to be evacuated.
Barry Cohen thought it was a thunderstorm.
We opened up the door from our apartment, and there was a huge pile of rubble and dust. When we got to the bottom of the stairs, we couldn't open the door because the steel had bent in the door.
The collapse sent a cloud of debris throughout the neighborhood. Cars as far as 2 blocks away coated with dust.
There's a third of the entire building that you cannot see from the street, but it's completely gone in the back towards the beach side.
Nicholas Fernandez owns 2 units in the building. 3 close friends were staying in one of those condos.
I know for a fact that my unit is it doesn't longer exist. I'm not even concerned about my unit. I don't care. It's material. I just want them to be good.
Officials say they're concerned about approaching storms contributing to a potential secondary collapse at the building and within the debris pile. They add they still don't know how many people could still be trapped. Rena Roy, ABC News.
Now back here with some local news. New at noon, police are once again hoping someone will come forward with information about a man's murder nearly 6 years after he was killed. And they're still offering a hefty reward for valuable information. Henry M. Gutierrez Jr.'s son found him dead in his home in Shirts on Christmas Eve in 2015. Police found shell casings at the scene and think someone shot and killed Gutierrez. The victim's son also says his father's vehicle was found in San Marcos after the shooting. However, so far, no word on a suspect. The Guadalupe County Crime Stoppers is offering a reward of up to $75,000 for any information that leads to an arrest and indictment in this case. If you can help, you're asked to call 1-877-403-TIPS.
We want to bring you an update this noon on a robbery case. Police say they have arrested a 4th suspect. Officers say 24-year-old Ruben Joel Reyna, charged with aggravated robbery and engaging in organized crime. He was arrested in connection with a robbery that happened earlier this year at the $1 million Chavano Park home of a prominent San Antonio businessman. 3 other suspects in that case were arrested: 28-year-old Marcos Rivera, 26-year-old Andres Raul Borrego, and 28-year-old Sean Eugene Powell. Police say they're searching for one more suspect.
An SUV was trouble on wheels for two men on the south side. San Antonio police say someone inside that vehicle shot both men, killing one of them. It happened near Interstate 35 in Southwest Military. And as Katrina Weber reports, the shooting also came too close for comfort for other people in that area.
A highway underpass near Interstate 35 and Southwest Military is where San Antonio police and EMS crews worked feverishly to keep a man from dying. It's also where he and another man were shot around 11 last night, just as Cristina Gutierrez was bedding down outside a nearby building.
I know I heard pa, and then pa. You know what I'm saying?
She says what sounded like 2 rounds of gunfire rang out. Then she noticed the men on the ground.
When I heard the gunshots, I didn't really think anything. I was like, wow, is this really happening? And then I just ran over here to try to give CPR.
She found one man crawling toward the street, the other gasping for breath.
And he was still alive, but I'm telling you, man, hold on, the EMS coming.
He died at the scene. The other went to a hospital. Police say both men in their 20s had been arguing with someone in the SUV who stopped there for some unknown reason. The bullets didn't stop there, though. One went through the window of a Denny's restaurant. You can still see a hole in the window from where the stray bullet hit. As far as we know, no one here was injured, but it does seem that the shooting affected business. Throughout the night and this morning, customers were surprised to find the 24-hour restaurant closed. The investigation, meanwhile, is still wide open. Police are still looking for the shooter. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Honoring the brave men and women in our U.S. Navy. That's the goal of a Fiesta event taking place right now at the Alamo. Navy Day at the Alamo is an official Fiesta event this year. We were there early this morning while sailors were setting up for a skills demonstration and ceremony. A sailor oath of enlistment was planned for today, along with a demonstration from the Master at Arms Navy Professional Police. Some local students are also receiving scholarships.
It's $180,000 giant checks that they'll be receiving, right? So that's how much college and tuition and everything that goes with it will be covered for by the Navy. This being Military City, USA, everybody you talk to knows somebody that can benefit from joining the service, whether that's niece, nephew, brother, sister, aunt and uncle, anyone.
The Navy handed out Fiesta medals and set up an information booth. It was free to the public, and it wraps up in just a few minutes. You still got time to get there, though, at 1 o'clock.
A new book helping to make sure that all children get a little bit of Fiesta fun and learn about its history and significance in San Antonio. Yanaguana, Fiesta Fun for Everyone, was inspired by the kids at Santa Rosa Children's Hospital, and it's now available for purchase. Alicia Barrera met with the young author behind the book to learn more about the work that went into publishing it and what's next for that author.
Good afternoon. Well, Fiesta Fun for Everyone, that's the mission and the title of a new children's book illustrated and written by Nadia Gonzalez. So Yanaguana is the main character, a piñata that will teach kids about the magic of Fiesta. Yanaguana the piñata says you can call her Yani, and her mission is to take readers on a tour of Fiesta de San Antonio. The visit starts with a history lesson at the Alamo, and from there, readers will visit Fiesta favorites, including the Battle of the Flowers Parade, Oyster Bake, Nyosa, and even the coronation of Fiesta royalty. The Young Women's Leadership Academy graduate says it has been a lot of hard work, but the inspiration for the book actually started nearly 2 years ago while volunteering at Krista Santa Rosa's Children's Hospital.
I looked out and I saw that it was right across the street from Market Square, so I figured that they didn't really get to participate in Fiesta since it's not really accessible, so I wanted to bring the celebration to them. It feels really great seeing my book published on Amazon and knowing that the children in Santa Rosa's Children's Hospital now have a easier way to celebrate Fiesta with the rest of us.
So if that wasn't enough, Nadia also illustrated a Fiesta-themed loteria, which includes icons like Oyster Bake, Fiesta Flower Crown, La Chancla, and Yummy Elote, among with many other iconic things of San Antonio and, of course, of Fiesta. So for the link to purchase the book or the Fiesta Loteria theme, you can head over to our website. We have all that information listed there for you. Reporting Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
And of course, the Fiesta Fun continues all day today with plenty more events. That includes the third night of Nyosa, which is college night tonight. You can also head to the 10th Street River Festival, which started just a few minutes ago. And we've got all the details on KSAT.com.
New at noon, a new garden is now on display at Confluence Park. Canadian and Mexican consulates, in fact, joined Mayor Ron Nuremberg to celebrate its opening. It's because it's called the North American Friendship Garden. The pollinator garden is designed to provide a sanctuary for monarch butterflies who are making their international migration. The San Antonio River Authority hopes the garden helps encourage people learn more about nature and come together to preserve it.
And the symbolism here today by having representatives of all three countries, just an amazing opportunity to highlight how we all really have to work together. And we, some things in New Orleans, we used to say water doesn't care about political boundaries. And I think things like climate change and sustainability shouldn't care about those either.
The garden is also meant to provide a crucial habitat for several other pollinators and migratory species.
Still coming up
this hot and humid forecast gets replaced by some slightly cooler numbers and some rain chances next week. We'll talk about it coming up.
And Becky Hammond has a big backer when it comes to the NBA head coaching job in Portland. Larry Ramirez will tell you who that person is that's pushing for her.
Fireworks sales starting today in Texas. Why you might want to shop for your supplies a little early this year. After the break. We are still celebrating Fiesta right now. It's not over yet, but some people are ready to start gearing up for the next big event, the 4th of July.
All right, fireworks sales have started. They started today here in Texas, and you might want to make sure you stock up early if you like the fireworks, because some fireworks retailers are reporting shortages across the country due to a supply chain issue caused by the pandemic.
And if you'd rather watch a big fireworks display this 4th of July, San Antonio bringing back its celebration this year. The event taking place from 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. at Woodlawn Lake Park on the 4th. It is free to attend.
The Parks Foundation said local food trucks and vendors will be selling barbecue, burgers, hot dogs, tacos, and a lot more. There's also going to be a carnival. There'll be games available throughout the celebration. The fireworks display starts at 9 that night.
Oh, that's going to be so wonderful. Again, another sign of normalcy. And this, typical Texas summer.
I'd say this is pretty normal, too.
Yeah,
the heat and humidity are here for now, at least. We are going to see less in the way of heat next week. The aquifer, well, it's still dropping, down nearly a foot today to 662.7. We need to reverse course here. And looking at the pollen count, molds are low. Everything's good there. We just got some news in about a hailstone that fell back in April around Hondo. Some interesting news. We're going to pass that along to you coming up.
This day in Fiesta history is powered by your local San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
It's a Fiesta favorite, Oyster Bake. It started way back in 1916 when some St. Mary's College alumni held their annual meeting along the San Antonio River where La Mansión del Rio Hotel sits today. They moved their small party to St. Mary's campus in 1929, but it was still just a keg of beer and a barrel of oysters. Over the following decades, like a grain of sand, it became a pearl. And by 1982, it had grown into an official Fiesta event. Now, over 100 years old, Oyster Bake is one of San Antonio's most popular events, drawing in over 70,000 visitors who consume, get this, around 100,000 oysters. They're served raw, baked, or even fried, along with other local favorites. To pull all of this off, it takes 7,000 volunteers, 60 food booths, 5 stages, and dozens of bands. Over the years, proceeds from the 2-day event have helped build the multi-million-dollar St. Mary's Alumni Scholarship Endowment Fund.
This is scholarship money that goes to students that need it like me. Like, I wouldn't be able to go to a 4-year college.
And to think, this all started as a little get-together.
So if we're going to have fireworks, we're going to need some rain to make sure that the ground is wet for those fireworks. But we don't need huge, colossal hailstones.
No, we don't need hailstones.
Well, I was just talking about that. I remember back in April, we had that big storm out near Hondo, dropped this huge hailstone. We thought it might be a state record. Well, it got confirmed today that it was indeed the largest hailstone in Texas history, weighing 1.26 pounds. The circumference was 19.73 inches, diameter 6.416 inches, and the volume 40.239 cubic inches. Nothing short of incredible. That was found by a Hondo resident, by the way. She put it in the freezer and it was officially measured. They used lasers to measure it. And there you go, official state record. And it happened right in our own backyard. I just wanted to pass that along. Let's take a look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. What does this mean? Well, we're looking down the line here into next week. And in general, we're expecting pretty decent chances of precipitation, above average, 50% chance here across Texas, and even higher chance here along the Gulf Coast. It's looking decent for some good downpours next week. And yes, spring was fairly rainy for us, but we could always use more, especially this time of year. Right now, we've got mostly cloudy skies, 87 degrees at the airport, south-southeasterly winds at about 14 miles per hour. We're close to 90 here in town, 91 in New Braunfels, 85 Canyon Lake, 82 Tarpley, 86 in Hondo. It is up to 87 in Del Rio and 90s on the map, Kennedy, Victoria over to Pleasanton. Dew points, these numbers have not subsided much at all. 84 in Beeville is probably not accurate. That number is always a little bit off, but dew points are in the upper 70s there for sure. And as long as this humidity sticks around, then we're going to have heat index values like this. 94 is what it feels like here in town, 105 in Gonzales, 104 Pleasanton, 104 Victoria, and it's only noontime. Once we get into the afternoon, these numbers go up even more. We're flirting with the danger category here. There could be some advisories issued. Nonetheless, be careful with these sort of heat indices. It's hard to be outside for a long period of time. Gonzales could get up to around 107 this afternoon. Pleasanton 107. Here in town, we're thinking that heat index does jump above 100. Satellite radar does show a few spotty showers as you get out towards Gonzales, Hallettsville, and Victoria. This will not amount to much, but there could be a sprinkle or two, especially east of San Antonio. Big picture here, we've got some storms moving through parts of Missouri and Illinois. Big ridge of high pressure over us right now. That changes as we look forward in time here. This high slides east. We got another ridge of high pressure building over the Pacific Northwest, which will result in some big time temperatures up there. Portland expected to go well over 100 this weekend. We're in the middle where the pattern gets fairly active and unsettled. We're expecting showers and storms starting Sunday night, but more so Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday. It'll be those scattered afternoon downpours, but we could get some decent rain out of it. And I mentioned some of those alerts, heat alerts up there across the Pacific Northwest. They've got excessive heat watches and warnings there. Very, very quickly, I want to talk about the tropics. We do have a system out in the Atlantic that we're watching. Hurricane Center gives us a 40% chance of development. It's early in the season, but things are already getting active. Here's the extended forecast. Hot next few days. Rain chances kick in Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 30 to 40% chance of rain, guys.
Ooh, it's hot. Thank you.
Yeah. Is it ironic that he was talking about heat in Portland?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. You're going to be talking about Portland and Becky.
And Becky Hammond. Yeah, I mean, she has someone high up in the organization out there that appears to be in her corner when it comes to hiring her
high up
as the Blazers head coach. So fingers crossed that works out to her advantage. Last night, Hawks guard Trae Young put on a show in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. He had all day to shoot that three, and he made it. Plus, Mario Barrios, San Antonio boxing champion, held his media workout yesterday. We got it coming up.
Guys, this is El Azteca Mario Barrios, just being the WBA super lightweight champion of the world, 26 victories, no defeats, 17 of those victories coming by way of knockout.
Mario Barrios held his media workout in Atlanta ahead of his title defense Saturday night in Big Board Sports. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals tipped off last night with the Hawks at the Bucks, and Atlanta point guard Trae Young is making the postseason his personal playground. So far, he's been brilliant in his first trip to the NBA postseason. He scored a game-high 48 points last night, shooting 17 of 34 overall and 4 of 13 from three-point range. He also dished out 11 assists, including this sweet alley-oop dime to John Collins in the third quarter. Look at that play one more time. Man, that is sweet. Now, late in the third, Young comes up with a nasty crossover that frees him up for a wide-open three, and he hits the bottom of the net. Fourth quarter, less than 5 seconds to go. Bucks down 3. Chris Middleton with a chance to tie it up, but his triple hits the front of the rim. Game over. Atlanta takes game 1 on the road, 116 to 113.
Really just our attention to detail. Like, we've been very focused and very locked in when it comes to preparing for our opponent. And we know we didn't get a high seed, so we got to try to steal one on the road. And game 1 is definitely a game that you can really surprise that team.
Atlanta is 6-2 in road playoff games this season, and game 2 is tomorrow night, 7:30 in Milwaukee. Per a recent report, Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammon is a finalist for the head coaching job with the Portland Trailblazers. And now, according to the New York Times' Mark Stein, Becky has a huge backer in her corner in Jody Allen, chair of the Blazers. He says in Portland there's a growing belief that Jody Allen, the team's owner, has a strong interest in Becky Hammon and requests to become the first woman to serve as a head coach in any of North America's 4 major men's team sports. Stein also reports, though, that Blazers GM Neil Olshey is eyeing Chauncey Billups as the Blazers' next head coach. Yesterday in Atlanta, Mario Barrios and Gervonta Davis worked out for the media ahead of their fight Saturday night for Barrios' WBA super lightweight championship strap. The media workout was held at the College Football Hall of Fame to kick off Fight Week ahead of this blockbuster Showtime pay-per-view event. Both fighters are undefeated, and they want to keep it that way.
No doubt about it, Tank is by far, the toughest test. But this is me having another title defense, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be successful on Saturday.
There's really no pressure on me. I'm just going out there to do my job. It's another day for me, another day at the job. So hopefully he's ready. I'm definitely ready, and we just get the fans what they want to see, and that's a knockout.
Today is the final press conference, and tomorrow is the official weigh-in, and then Saturday is fight night.
You know how you tell the real boxers from the wannabe boxers?
How's that?
When a real boxer shadow boxes, he always has his hand like his hands are in the gloves, his fingers, but the wannabes are like they got their stick. I don't know. Sounds good.
That's a good point. I like it.
We'll go with that.
A local organization doing what it can to support young people in the LGBTQ plus community. How the children have been able to get a taste of normalcy amid the pandemic and help reaching their college dreams too.
People relying on an eviction moratorium will get a relief for a little bit longer. The program was given an extension when it's set to expire. Now, coming up.
America's top general and the defense secretary both weighing in on critical race theory, and they are defending the education that soldiers are getting right now at West Point.
Their comments came during a hearing on Capitol Hill, and as ABC's Elizabeth Schultze reports, they were asked questions from GOP lawmakers on whether the Pentagon was teaching troops the theory.
A fiery defense from top Pentagon brass of the curriculum at West Point and the importance of a diverse education. After a GOP lawmaker and former Green Beret accused the military academy of embracing divisive theories on race.
The seminar that over 100 cadets attended, titled Understanding Whiteness and White Rage, taught by a woman who described the Republican Party platform as a platform of white supremacy. This is going on at West Point as we speak.
Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, invoked the January 6th Capitol attack as he defended the curriculum.
But I do think it's important, actually, for those of us in uniform to be open-minded and be widely read. And the United States Military Academy is a university. And it is important that we train and we understand. And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white, and I want to understand it. So what is it that caused thousands of people to assault this building and try to overturn the Constitution of the United States.
Then adding,
I've read Mao Zedong. I've read Karl Marx. I've read Lenin. That doesn't make me a communist.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin further admonished lawmakers who suggested critical race theory was embraced by the Pentagon.
We don't embrace critical race theory, and I think that's a spurious conversation. And so we are focused on extremist behaviors, and not ideology, not people's thoughts, not people's political orientation.
General Milley added, understanding the nation's history on race is essential for the cohesion of the military. Several current and former members of the military participated in the Capitol riot. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Those at risk for getting evicted just got a big break. The Biden administration extending the CDC's moratorium on evictions. It was set to expire in a week. Now it'll remain open until the end of July. Experts say that 6 million American families are behind on rent and are at risk of being homeless this summer. To avoid a mass exodus, the White House wants to buy more time, get federal rent relief money to the tenants who need it. The money allocated for this measure can also be used to save some mom and pop landlords who are on the brink of bankruptcy due to the months of their lost rent payments.
The Labor Department released new jobs numbers today, and they show layoffs have declined and the job market is improving. The department says the number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits dropped last week. Jobless claims declined 7,000 from the previous week to 411,000. The number of weekly applications for unemployment aid has fallen steadily this year from about 900,000 in January.
We're looking outside with live cam. We want to show you exactly the same picture you saw yesterday and the day before yesterday.
We know it's not a still shot, though, because
it's not. You can see the cars moving. We are not fooling you. Actually, it's just the pattern we're in right now.
We're kind of stuck in a pattern. And you know what? Almost every summer we get stuck in the summer doldrums. We do. It's just part of our weather pattern here. But really for us, it's only going to last about a week here, because as we transition into the weekend, the pattern does start to change a little bit. I think you're going to like what you see next week. In the meantime, there are a couple showers along the coast. Looks like we got the sea breeze starting to become a little bit active. That stretches from, say, Port A over towards New Orleans. Don't think we'll see much of that here in San Antonio. Just some cloud cover and a little bit of rain up in the Texas Panhandle as well. High temperatures today. They're going to be hot here across the state of Texas. Heat highs over top of us. We've got the humidity, so your heat index is going to jump up to around 103 here in San Antonio. Same story, Dallas, Waco, Houston. Some big-time heat indices today, even out in West Texas, where the humidity is still relatively high. There aren't heat advisories in place. It's close, but regardless, it's still a day where heat's going to be a problem for us. Now, as we go up to the Pacific Northwest, heat's a problem here in Texas, yes, but some of the numbers this weekend across parts of, say, Washington and Oregon, Portland and Seattle, nothing short of impressive. They could see some all-time record highs this weekend as the heat high sits over them by Saturday and Sunday. Seattle could see triple digits. Portland, high of 106 on Saturday. Then as we get into Sunday, 113 in Portland, 103 in Seattle. Just incredible to see that. And while they're going to see the heat, we're going to see the pattern change with some chances of rain down here in Texas. 95 degrees today, partly cloudy, south-southeasterly winds 5 to 15. We'll take another look at that weekend forecast here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you so much, Justin. The pandemic shut down a lot of companies, but one local nonprofit, it opened up a world of opportunity. Still ahead, how Fiesta Youth was able to change the way they operate and reach new heights.
And the Astros don't need anybody in the dugout banging on the trash can. They keep winning. Larry Maris with highlights coming up. In April of last year, Fiesta had been canceled and hundreds of local organizations were looking for ways to make up for it.
And one of those was Fiesta Youth, a nonprofit that serves as a safe space for young people in the LGBTQ+ community.
Now with Fiesta in full swing and also Pride Month, Ivan Herrera shows us how the organization is kicking off a whole new year of opportunity.
The LGBTQ+ community, our straight allies in the community,
really stepped up and helped us be able to do more than we thought we were going to be able to do.
When we last heard from David Leidecker Luna, president of Fiesta Youth, he was optimistic about how the group was pivoting during the pandemic.
I think virtual allowed us to reach new heights that we never knew before. And I think that's the case with a lot of nonprofits and businesses this past year, is they realize how virtually we can really meet anywhere in the world.
And we're reaching youths that may not have permission to be here, who aren't out to anybody, who are joining us, sitting in their closets on their phone, secretly, just so they can connect with other LGBT people. We are going to start things off the way that we start things off every time, with introductions. Who would like to
They are reaching kids as far as Tokyo and London via Zoom. But youth facilitator Gideon Del Rio says there's nothing quite like in-person meetings, which we're able to pick back up in May.
And you're on Zoom, I'm always there. I hear everything you say, I'm part of every conversation. But here they can, chat amongst themselves, just with their peers in a peer-to-peer group. They can spend more time with the volunteers.
The kids and volunteers got another taste of normalcy when they put on one of their biggest events of the year, a Fiesta Masquerade Ball.
And this past weekend was just absolutely amazing. It couldn't have gone any better. The hugs around the entire venue said it all. That was very special for a lot of people. We also saw a lot of tears.
I cried like a baby.
That evening, they gave out over $13,000 in scholarships to a handful of students who regularly attend Fiesta Youth.
That's something we did not plan, but it happened because of our community coming together for Fiesta Youth and being able to see what we actually can do for the youth of this community if we just support each other.
For South Texas Pride, Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
Fiesta Youth is now going full speed ahead with a calendar packed full of events for the rest of the year, from Halloween to Christmas parties and back-to-school fundraisers, and as well their regular weekly meetings.
Their teen meetings are every Tuesday from 6:30 to 8:30 at Woodlawn Point Community Center. This year, they've also added meetings for young adults and parents, as well as gaming server.
You can find details for those meetings. It's on their website, fiesta-youth.org.
Once again, outside with live cam. This is not a repeat. This is new. This is live.
Yeah, we're going to give the idea that all our meteorologists are at home sleeping. We keep showing these pictures.
Wow. Well, look, it's just a week, all right? We're gonna really get back to work next week, and we have some showers and storms in the forecast. Plus, we're watching what's going on in the tropics. It's actually kind of busy for late June and early July, if I'm being honest. 87 so far today, 78 was the low this morning. Records are 102 and 63, set back in 94 and way back in 1886. We've got a full update on your 7-day forecast coming up. Welcome back. It is in the upper 80s outside right now. We think heat index values will get up to around 103, 105 this afternoon. It's going to be another extremely hot day. We'll see that again tomorrow. Saturday, we start to see a little bit of a transition. Temperatures are still hot, but the heat index starts to come down a little bit. And then by Sunday and Monday, we're getting back down into the 90s, which still hot, but is better. And one reason for that is lower temperatures. And again, we have some rain chances that will head our way next week. Right now, 87 degrees at the airport, 89 Stinson, 87 in Kelly. And you're already up to 90 now at Randolph with a good south-southeasterly breeze. The breeze feels nice, but it is ushering in a ton of moisture. Dew points are still way up there. Cloud cover continues to scatter out just like yesterday. We'll go partly cloudy during the afternoon. 91 already in Castroville. You're at 91 in New Braunfels as well. 89 in Seguin, 91 Kennedy, 91 Gonzales. And those dew points in the upper 70s around Gonzales, Pleasanton. And look what that does to the heat index. 104 is what it feels like at this hour. 105 in Kennedy. These numbers will go up even more. Even here in San Antonio, I think you're going to see this number jump up quite a bit once our temperatures rise. It's closing in on dangerous territory here. There are no advisories, but is a day in which you'll want to use caution once again if you're going to be outside for any length of time. 107, the potential heat index there in Gonzales. 108 in Carrizo Springs. Even Kerrville could get that heat index up close to 100 this afternoon. There are some cooling showers. very quick cooling showers along the coast. Victoria over to Houston, looks like the sea breeze tried to kick in, but there's really not much to this activity. And once it moves north, I don't think we're going to see much more. We're not expecting any here in San Antonio. The current setup, we have a dome of high pressure, heat high over top of us. Thankfully, it's moving. It's not just sitting here. It's trying to transition off to the east. And as it does, we'll see, again, slightly cooler temperatures and a trough develop across the middle part of the country. This is good for us. It sort of opens the door for some disturbances also to roll around this ridge of high pressure. We'll get some deeper moisture in here, and that will produce some chances for showers and storms starting late Sunday, but more so into next week. And I mentioned earlier that heat high that's going to sit over Portland and Seattle, bringing record temperatures there. So this is sort of an unusual pattern. By Monday at 5 o'clock, we've got some showers around. Tuesday, I think we'll have a little better chance, deeper moisture in here. Scattered downpours during the afternoon could result in some decent rainfall totals. We mentioned the tropics earlier, but I want to touch on it one more time. This is also very interesting to see development, potential development, way out here in the Atlantic. Waters are still kind of cool out here, but this is showing signs, and the Hurricane Center gives us a 40% chance of development over the next 5 days. If we were to get a named storm, it would be Danny, by the way. We'll keep tabs on this. We have time to watch it, but interesting to see. 96 degrees Friday, 95 Saturday, 20% chance of a coastal shower on Sunday, and then our rain chances kick in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Temperatures come down to low 90s and upper 80s. We'll be right back.
The Boston Celtics are finalizing a deal to hire Ime Udoka as their new head coach, a league source told the Boston Globe. Udoka spent 7 seasons as an assistant coach for Greg Popovich and the Spurs before joining the 76ers for the 2019-20 season. This season, he was an assistant coach for Steve Nash and the Nets. It's being reported by Keith Smith from Yahoo Sports NBA that Celtics All-Star guards Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, along with Marcus Smart, gave Celtics president of basketball operations Brad Stevens their stamp of approval on the Udoka hire. It is time to meet Wagner Thunderbirds' new head football coach Jason Starrin, who was recently promoted from T-Birds offensive coordinator to field boss after former head coach Charles Bruce left to become head football coach at Brandeis High School. Coach Starrin graduated from Judson High School in 1994 and was part of 2 state championship football teams with the Rockets. Now he's taken over a team that went 4-4 last season, advancing to the by-district round of the playoffs.
Been at places like South San, Jefferson High School, Irving High School, Carrollton Turner, but this is a much more special place because, you know, when I was in 9th, 10th, 11th grade, right, I went to school in this district. My friends lived over here. There's the familiarity. There's my heart is drawn to this place, and I think and I hope that's evident, you know, to the people who are going to come out and watch us.
Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine predicts Wagner will finish 5th out of 8 teams in the always tough District 27-6A. Houston is the hottest team in baseball, and yesterday they roughed up the Orioles at Camden Yards. Top of the 4th, Jose Altuve smacks a 2-run home run to left center field to make it 6-0 Astros, his 17th homer this season. Houston came up with 17 hits and 4 home runs to hammer the Orioles 13-0 for their 10th straight win. They've swept their last 3 series, and they'll open up a 4-game series tonight at the Tigers. A's at the Rangers yesterday, bottom of the 7th, tied at 3, runner on second for Brock Holt. He pops that ball up the shallow left field, and that falls in, and it allows Eli White to score from second base, RBI single. The Rangers lead 4-3. Top 8, Rangers flashing the leather. That ball is lined to right, and Joey Gallo makes the diving catch. Rangers win 5-3 and will close out the 4-game series with the A's today at 105.
There's going to be fireworks. You know, Tank's explosive, and I'm explosive. You know, both of us are dangerous fighters. We're both undefeated, and I mean, we're both hungry.
Decided, you know, to be in this position, you know, to be able to give the fans what they want to see, and that's a exciting fight.
It is fight week for Javante Davis and Mario Barrios. Davis is stepping up 2 weight classes to fight the bigger Barrios for his WBA Super Lightweight Championship. Yesterday was the media workout, which is what you're seeing. Today, the final press conference between the two, and tomorrow is the official weigh-in. And David, you were talking about real fighters and wannabe fighters earlier. Also, the real fighters, you see, they turn this way to make themselves harder to hit, whereas a wannabe probably would just stand like this.
There, just, yes. Like, well, that didn't take a long
So I just wanted to add to that.
Hey, it's good.
Good stuff.
All right, good stuff coming up on SA Live as well. Ooh, I like what you're wearing on your head,
really
Fiona.
Jealous. Look at that. Thank you so much, Ursula. Now, this is a Fiesta-themed croissant.
Yes, indeed. And the man behind these delicious delicacies, I should say, David Cáceres from La Panaderia.
Hello, how are you? Yes.
And you said a croissant like that is very versatile, not only sweets, what we always think of,
It's
right?
very versatile. So what I suggest people, if they want to try something at home, they just can get the croissants of La Panaderia and they can be creative. We're going to show them how we're making those ones. And we're going to make them right now. But yeah, they can be creative and do something sweet or something sour. One good thing about the croissants is that they are, the dough, it's like a neutral flavor. Neutral flavor, yes.
Oh my gosh, and we're going to walk you through all this yum yum in just a little bit. But Jen is over at the one-stop shop for all things Fiesta, right?
Oh yes, Amels off Fredericksburg Road, and take a look at all the colorful flowers, everything you need to get Fiesta-fied. We still have a few days left. They do this all year long, along with some amazing piñatas if you're hungry, right? And my favorite, the Frida Kahlo. How cute. All that and more. We're gonna make a wreath, guys. I'm excited.
Oh, and get ready for some cocktails. Dulce Vida Tequila is here with some great libations for your Fiesta party.
And no, it's Fiesta, but we are talking rodeo, and we have Jordan Maldonado here, Miss Rodeo, Texas. Good to see you.
Thank you. Is this a buffet table?
Yes, it is. Help
You know what? That's yours. We'll chat with her coming up. All that and more in just a few minutes when SA Live continues.